Hi guys, welcome to a new video of our educative YouTube channel. I'm Elena Moreno Fernandez and this is my video for the final exam of the course School Organization and Student Diversity on the University of Murcia. Let's go with the block 1. For the creation of the measures, we are taking into account the right to religious freedom in education contained in the Articles 16 and 27 of the Spanish Constitution of 1978. Knowing what the Spanish Constitution established, we will contact the Regional Ministry of Education to get information about the availability of hiring a teacher of the Islamic religion. A school council is convened to notify the families of the center of the availability of that teacher and the decisions we want to take. The decision to hire an Islamic religion teacher is ratified with a simple majority. Once we know the availability, we will submit a formal request to the Ministry of Education of the region of Murcia to request the hiring of the teacher. Regarding the students' schedules, we will establish a schedule in which interested students can attend Islamic religion classes, while those who are not interested can attend values or Christian religion classes. By solving the needs of the students and promoting diversity in our school, we are also promoting tolerance, respect, fundamental rights, and integral education, among others. The school Los Amaneceres is a public primary school located in Mazarrón Puerto. It has a staff of 25 teachers and 500 of students. All the proposed documents can be found in the LOE, Organic Law of Education of 2006. Now let's present the 10 ideas that I have thought for this situation. Request and hire a Muslim teacher. This idea is supported by the Center's educational project and the Plan of Attention to Diversity. We see connections with peers between the Ministry of Education of Murcia and the school center. For accomplishing this measure, we will follow the steps that I have just mentioned before. We need a democratic dialogue concerning the school council. It must be guided by a simple majority, and in which all families and religions are represented. We can see this idea supported by the Center's educational project, and we can see connections with peers and teacher-student connections. These connections are done by the center management team, teachers, families, and representatives of the students. To integrate Ramadan and Holy Week processions into the curriculum. It must be done from a cultural and secular vision, so the students will be working on social and civic competencies. We can find support for this idea in the tutorial action plan and the general annual program. The learning will happen through the teacher-student connections. Teach what do have in common the Christian and Muslim religions. This must be done from a historical and secular vision, and as well as the previous one is supported by the tutorial action plan and general annual program. We see teacher-student connections, and due to the secular vision and respect for religions, we can also see connections within the learning context. Teach the history of medieval Spain. This must be done from a critical thinking point of view and a secular vision. As well as the previous one is supported by the tutorial action plan and the general annual program. Those who relate in this case are also inside the teacher-student connection. To organize the timetable of the classes within the different religions. It's supported by the general annual program, and we see connections with peers as the center management team collaborates to create the schedule. Gastronomic coexistence days, in which families and students share some time knowing more about each other's culture and traditions. It is supported by the school plan of coexistence. We see connections beyond the classroom, as it involves the use of local community as a resource for teaching. It will be carried out by the teachers and the team of the center, and will be intended for all the families and the students of the school. When children go on school trips, look for unifying complementary activities. By unifying activities, I mean to create activities that promote unity, cohesion, and a sense of belonging among students, fostering teamwork, diversity, and strengthening group identity. This will be supported by the General Annual Program, the Diversity Attention Plan, and the Tutorial Action Plan. We can see a teacher-student connection. Teachers will create the activities and will establish and maintain an effective and positive learning environment. Search for unifying center activities. For instance, create one activity for the Peace Day that must unify the class groups. It is supported by the Diversity Attention Plan, the Tutorial Action Plan, and the School Plan of Coexistence. We see teacher-student connections. since the teachers create the activities and the students explore the key concepts based on unification. Place Arasaka pictograms in the classes of values, Christian and Muslim religions. This serves as a visual aid in communication and understanding for people with disabilities and special educational needs. This is supported by the Diversity Attention Plan and has to do with connections with learning, since it fosters the connections that are based between ideas, concepts, knowledge, or skills.
This has been all for the blog 1. Let's move on to the next one.
Block 2. Now let's talk about the 5 ideas. Idea 1. Specific permanent teacher training in digital competence B2. Idea 2. Renewal of the center computer equipment and infrastructure in the computer room. Idea 3. Request the use of trading charts to carry portable electronic devices to classrooms. Idea 4. Placement of interactive digital screens in all classrooms. Idea 5. Integrate into the curriculum of each cycle, syllabus, and digital skills from the work of a specific software. In the school, we see a high cultural diversity level, a medium-low socio-economic level, and an improper use of technologies. We see that some teachers are not digitally trained enough to integrate the emerging knowledge through networks of interest, their Siemens, into the curriculum. In addition to the training, we see that some teachers are not interested in applying the innovative practice in the classroom. Randomness are the events that can change deterministic order. We see, for example, the case of artificial intelligence that is changing the educational system basis. Changes can be difficult to face and can be seen as a threat or as a benefit. But overcoming these changes is not difficult as long as the administration provides teachers with the tools to adapt. I think that good leaders use various leadership styles, depending on the situation, and I'm in favor of using ideas or approaches from different sources, which is known as an eclectic approach. In my case, the predominant leadership styles are the democratic style, as I tend to involve team members in decision-making. I think communication is the key, and I'm open to changes in my opinion based on the feedback from my peers. On the other hand, the transformational style, as I feel very comfortable motivating team members and I always seek to reach the maximum potential.
This is all for the second blog. Did you find it interesting? Okay, let's go to the third one.
Elements of the diversity care plan that could be more critical with pupils who present intellectual disability. Design multi-level learning situations for all the students in the classroom, in which the following executive functions are worked: inhibitory control of behavior, attention and memory, planning and organization of tasks, comprehensive reading, metacognition, and cognitive flexibility. Educational support must be inclusive within the ordinary classroom whenever possible. Use codocency, which is when 2 or more teachers teach in the same physical space. There must be involvement of all the teaching staff in the interactive programming of the classroom, especially the therapeutic pedagogy teacher and the speech and language teacher, and they should try to opt for a flexible grouping within the classroom. It must be taken into account that everything mentioned before must be included in the classroom syllabus about personalized support programs. Next, let's propose an appropriate activity for this context. The activity will be an escape room, in which children will have to go to the library and look for the code, page, and paragraph that we will tell them to search in some books. In the end, they will have to create a common text and read it. In addition, we must sequence the search of books for the groups. The activity will be carried out through cooperative work. As Per Puriolas explains, must be multi-level, using an ABBC group distribution and assigning cooperative roles to each student: search, write, read, and help. We will use codocency and flexible grouping. One part of the class is led by the tutor and the other part by the therapeutic pedagogy teacher in the same classroom. The function of both is tutoring the activity.
Now, I would like to highlight a phrase from Mel Ainscough, the father of inclusive education, that has a lot to do with this activity. There is no shortage of ways to teach everyone. There is a lack of will to carry them out. I have invested a significant amount of time and effort on this course. From day one, I have shown a commitment for taking advantage of all the educational opportunities that was given to me. For these reasons and all the research that this project have behind, I think that they deserve an A or an A+. I think that the most crucial part of this part of the course is the complexities, because the complexities are something that all teachers should know about and is very important for the development of the children. Regarding coexistence, I have learned the importance that it has, since I could not imagine the problem that could lead the bad resolution of this. Attention to diversity is crucial in today's world. I have learned that it reduces discrimination, it fosters a good learning environment, and it helps to create a better society. During this course, I have learned a lot of different things, but if I had to choose the one that could be the most important, I think it could be the complexities and the attention to diversity part. Definitely, yes. As I have said before, it is very important to recognize and attend diversity in all forms. Preparing this video has been a complete challenge, since it has a lot of research behind. I had to learn how to search for official documents, understand them, and relate concepts. Without doubt, it has been difficult and costly, but seeing the final result is incredible.